Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for 5 months. I really love him, but his mom and dad really don't love me. They call him every day, telling him that he should not be with me anymore, and I think he's starting to consider it. I'm a little bit on the chubby side, and they keep telling him things like I'm a pig and that I eat too much.
Oh my God.
Lately, he has been pushing me to eat healthy, and I can't take it anymore. I know that some people like their parents a lot more than their partner, but I think his parents are being really inconsiderate of my feelings. I really do love him, but I don't know what to do. Love, Kellie. It's a pretty name.
Listen, if it's not the weight, it's going to be something else. Let's say you do lose the weight. They'll just find something else they don't like about you. And I just, I would go ahead and cut my losses here.
Oh.
Right? Because I don't know, unless there's some miraculous turn of events that make them suddenly realize, okay, well, Sonny boy is, he's making the right decision. We were wrong. No, you're probably setting yourself up for a life of snarky, uncomfortable comments and holidays with what could be your future in-laws.
Anxiety that you don't even need in your life.
And the fact that he's not standing up for you and saying, look, how are you finding out about these comments?
Right.
I would have a hard time thinking that the parents are flat out telling her to her face. Now, some people are that bold. But the only reason I'm assuming she would even know these comments is because her boyfriend's telling her what they say. So he is setting the stage here for all this conflict. Perhaps we don't have her on the phone.
And you're only
Ask
5
her.
months in, too. This is new.
Either your boyfriend likes stirring up the drama, because if my parents said something to me about my husband, I wouldn't come back and say, my parents said this about you. And I wouldn't do that because I don't want there to be this conflict.
Right.
So either way,
Something's wrong here.
This is wrong. And so I would go ahead and say, you know what? I learned some lessons from this relationship. And girl, if you want to drop a few pounds and get healthy, do it for you. Do it for you. But no.
Not for some dude.
Not for this.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there are others.
This is a repeat letter sender.
Oh, well, sometimes people have more than one problem.
I was putting her phone number in to text her. I'm reading your letter. I read one from her October of 2021.
Well, she's had a new problem emerge, Al.
Sometimes things just happen in your life.
Dear Kellie, I did something that I should not have done. I said the D word. My husband and I have been married for a year and a half, and he is amazing. He cares not only for me, but for my family as well. But when we fight, we're very nasty to each other.
Oh.
Yeah, we yell, we scream, we even curse each other out but then we make up. In the middle of our fight yesterday, though, I said, I don't want to be with you. I want a divorce. The minute I said it, I regretted it, and I saw the pain in his eyes as well. Kellie, I'm not sure how to move on from this. We talked about it, but there's still tension between us, and I'm not sure what to do. I don't want to divorce him. The only reason I said what I said was because I was really angry, but that doesn't excuse my action at all. I feel very guilty for even saying it, and I can't even look him in the eyes anymore. How do we move on from this? What should I do as his wife?
Well, you
Janice?
can't take it back. But listen, y'all have got to reestablish the boundaries in your relationship. Y'all both fight ugly, dirty, and, this constant yelling. That's abusive. That's mentally and emotionally abusive to be screaming at each other. Y'all need to learn how to fight. All couples fight. You'll hear from everyone, we've never had a fight. We've been married 20 years. Okay, liars.
Right.
There's, either one of you is just shutting up and saying, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. There's always a source of conflict, big or small, that has to be resolved in a healthy way. So you just need to go to him and say, look, I am so sorry those words fell out of my mouth. I was so heated and my emotions got the most of me, and I was trying to hurt you. And the most hurtful thing I could think of in that moment was to say something. And I am so sorry I said that. I do not want a divorce. But you just tell them that. Say, we need to learn how to fight in a healthier manner. We're not going to be able to avoid conflict, but we've got to figure out how we can argue without screaming and name calling and threatening divorce. So I would recommend going to marriage counseling to learn tools on how to fight more effectively. If he refuses, because I know a lot of couples say, well, he's like, I'm not going. You can go and learn how to fight more fairly. There's probably some books out there, YouTube series, something like that. But y'all just need to reset the boundaries in your relationship. But apologize for what you say and admit, I was trying to hurt you. And I said the most horrible thing I could think of. And I'm so sorry.
You're not the first.
It starts there.
You're not the first or the last wife or husband to say the D word in that.
Yeah.
It's an argument.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
Recently, I met a guy from online dating, and we really hit it off. I'm in my mid-20s and relatively new to dating, but I felt so comfortable, and dating this person really felt natural to me. We hung out every weekend. We texted all the time. Everything was great. About a month in, we talked about how neither of us were dating anybody else, and I was thrilled that somebody finally felt right in my dating life. The other day, roughly 3 months into dating, he kind of just stopped texting me. Like, poof, gone and done. I tried to reach out and ask if everything was okay, but he just said he was busy, and I never heard from him again.
Yeah.
Just 2 days before he disappeared, he told me that he really liked the direction that we were heading in. I guess I'm just really confused. I'm not really sure what happened since just a few days earlier he told me that everything was great. I know I should want more for myself than somebody who's willing to drop me so fast, but I do still have feelings for him. Is it worth it to reach out to him in a few weeks, or should I just let it be? He's the only person I felt chemistry in the last few years, so honestly, I found this really discouraging, and I guess I'm looking for some advice on how to move forward. And that's from Nicole.
Let it go. Don't reach out to him anymore.
He's trying to ghost.
He's done. And a lot of times men will... This happened to me, and so I'm trying to save you the humiliation of showing up at his doorstep in the middle of the night in my pretty dress because I just got back from something. I'm like, I look so good. He's going to want me back, and I ended up humiliating myself. Don't be like me. But I dated a guy. Everything was wonderful. We had the most romantic, wonderful weekend. Monday morning, he called me first thing, or no, it was Sunday because I wasn't working. Called me Sunday morning and said, I woke up this morning and I just don't feel the same way. I can't see you anymore. I was blindsided.
Right.
I'm like, what happened? Because everything was perfect and wonderful. And sometimes...
Would you prefer that? So he was pretty honest and he told you how he was feeling the next morning, or would you rather have the ghosting? Because they both hurt. They both suck.
They both hurt. But that's basically what the ghoster is telling you is I'm just not interested anymore. Yeah, it hurt, but I didn't handle it very well. I'm like, but why? What can I do?
Open the door.
Yeah.
I need closure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't embarrass yourself and reach out anymore. It's done. And I know it hurts because you were blindsided and everything was going so great. But basically, he just woke up and didn't feel the same way anymore. And there's not really a reason for it sometimes. Sometimes people say all the things they think they're supposed to say because, wow, this person checks all the boxes. I should feel these things. But when the feelings don't come...
Can't do anything about it.
Or he could have been lying the whole time and been seeing other people and just seeing where this would go. It's one or the other. But please don't reach out to him anymore.
Yeah.
Just go look for love.
Let
somewhere
him
else.
go. Let him go.
You got this.
It's embarrassing.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
My boyfriend and I are still very much in our honeymoon phase, but I found out I was pregnant. Yes, it's his. This was a huge shock, but we found no reason not to move forward with the most happiest positive way. Everything has been great except his ex-girlfriend keeps calling off of star 67 since we announced. One time telling him she should take out her birth control and have his baby. Obviously, this didn't sit right with me.
Dramatic pause.
Waiting for the reaction.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
You're welcome. Obviously, this didn't sit right with me, but I'm still choosing to let him handle the situation. He said she is blocked on everything, and he has told her to leave him alone, but he can't block star 67 calls. He tells me when she calls, but I do not know if he answers every time or if they have a conversation. I can't help but wonder why is she so comfortable calling him?
Because she think people are persistent. Get no. Eventually, somebody will say yes. So that's what she's hoping for.
What did star 67 calls show up as?
I was just wondering. I was like,
Unknown?
good to know that it still works.
Right?
What is star 67?
Star 67, you block caller ID. That's what we used to use when we used to do prank calls.
Or it probably says no caller.
But
ID.
I wouldn't. Why is he even answering those calls? Unless
Right.
It's like
That's
I
what
have
I'm wondering.
to. Well, maybe it's some people like when I've called people when I block my number because we're doing something for work or something, and they answer. I'm like, I just can't believe you answered a blocked number. They're like, well, I have to because of my job. I have to answer phone.
Right.
I answer anything that says unavailable because I'm
I
like,
know.
oh, this has got to be good.
Oh, you are pregnant.
So,
Yeah, this is great.
I mean, sometimes you just unfortunate that you end up in a relationship with somebody who has a psycho ex. But sometimes you end up with a guy who has a psycho ex and he kind of enjoys it a little bit because look how desirable he is. She crazy, but she crazy about me.
Everybody wants this baby.
Everybody wants some of this.
Depends on the age.
So there's part of him that probably his ego's being fed off of it. So you need to have a sit down, as some people call, come to Jesus meeting with him and say, look, I'm carrying your baby. If we're going to have a chance for this relationship working and we're having an intact family, we got to X her out completely.
Get a new
This is
phone
not
number.
good. And whatever you have to do. Do you need to do some sort of cease and desist? I don't know, restraining order kind of thing. I don't know how far you need to take it. But, I mean, if she's truly psychotic, you got to, like, start being a little bit nervous, right?
Yeah. I watched
But if
those
she's
TV
just trying to
shows.
tempt him back and be sexy and stuff, she's just annoying. But part of him's enjoying that. Or he wouldn't be answering the unknown calls
You're
and
right.
stuff.
Yeah, because he would know if he's getting unknown calls, he wouldn't answer them.
Yeah.
He's got one of those jobs like you mentioned.
Well, she doesn't
And he's telling
know.
her every time because, look, I got 2 women wanting me. It's just like, what a sick little twisted game. So you're going to have to draw a line in the sand. Good luck.
But we also learned Star 67 still in full effect.
That's good too. Now,
Good to
And-
know.
and what
let's
was-
do a prank call.
And Star 69 was
When you call back.
That's when you call
back.
back.
It calls them back.
Uh-huh.
You just dial Star 69, it goes to the number.
And it calls them back, yeah.
Oh, those
At
good
least
days.
it used to. I don't know if it still
I
does.
guess it. You hadn't done it in a
We need to
long
test it.
time.
JC, what's your phone number?
Well, just call us and see.
My phone number?
Yeah.
6.
1-800-354